All right, chapter 7. They're going to turn into seals. I'm so excited. Cove of the Stormy Coast. Seals? Asked Annie. Jack looked at Teddy. Did she say change into seals? He asked. Indeed, said Teddy. That's what Selkies do. They are people on land and seals in the sea. You're a seal? Jack asked Kathleen. Only sometimes, said the Selkie. Jack just stared at her. He couldn't believe that this beautiful girl was sometimes a seal. Whenever I come ashore and dry off in the sun, my seal skin falls away. Then I am as human as I am right now. Oh, I get it, said Annie. You are one of the seals that we met in the water. Of course, said Kathleen, and Teddy was the other. Jack looked at Teddy. You? He stammered. How? Teddy laughed. I am a magician, remember? He said. Kathleen laughed. Yes, but this time it was my magic that did the work, she said. She pointed to 2 shiny gray skins laying on the sand. I gave him a seal skin and I spoke a Selkie spell. You turned Teddy into a seal? asked Jack. Aye, said Kathleen, and I shall do the same for you. I am sure my sisters will not mind if we borrow 2 more of their seal skins. The Selkie started toward a large pile of rocks. Teddy watched Kathleen go and then looked back at Jack and Annie. She has powerful magic indeed, he said. No kidding, said Annie. Jack was speechless. He couldn't believe that he and Annie were about to become seals. Kathleen came out from behind the rocks carrying 2 shiny skins. Take these, she said, handing them to Jack and Annie. The skins looked like scuba divers' wetsuits with hoods. Pull them on over your clothes, said Kathleen, like this. She and Teddy picked up their own sealskins from the sand and began pulling them on. Jack and Annie did the same. Jack stretched it up over his legs and shorts and then over his arms and his t-shirt. He felt as if he were wearing a thick layer of rubber. Before we cover our heads, we must wade into the water. Follow me, Kathleen said. Jack waded into the water with the others. This is crazy, he thought. You can't become a seal just by putting on a costume. Kathleen stopped with them when they were waist deep. Put on your hoods, she said. I will say a few words in Selkie language, and then we all shall dive in. Teddy grinned at Jack and Annie. We have flown together through the sky, he said, and now we shall swim together in the deep. Jack nodded, but he still didn't believe that this was going to work. Quickly, said Kathleen, cover your heads and faces. Dive as soon as I have spoken the spell. Jack pulled on his hood and he stretched it down over his forehead and then over his face, his glasses, nose, and chin. He couldn't see or talk. He wanted to take the hood off, but Kathleen's voice stopped him. An ka da tro a de ni, ba mi hu no me ne ha ni. Jack heard 1 splash and then 2 more. He quickly dove into the sea. As soon as the seawater covered his head and body, Jack felt the sealskin melt into his own. His chest expanded to the size of a barrel. His arms and legs vanished, and flippers took their place. Jack shot through the water like a torpedo. How would you feel if you turned into a seal? When he moved his front flippers, he turned right or left, and when he moved his back flippers, he zoomed forward quickly. Jack rolled and swerved in and out of schools of fish and jungles of seagrass. He dove down to the murky depths of the cove, and then he shot back up to the surface. In his smooth steel body, he could swim 10 times faster than he had ever in his human body, and he could see and hear everything perfectly. Jack rose and fell through the deep. 2 seals appeared beside him. Bubbles came from their mouths. They made gurgling, clinking sounds, but Jack could understand exactly what their seal sounds meant. Hey, Jack, it's me. 'Tis me, too. Hi, guys, Jack called to Annie and Teddy. He heard trilling sounds on the other side. He saw a 3rd seal. It was Kathleen swimming gracefully toward him. Hello, Jack. Hello, Kathleen, Jack clicked back to her. He wanted to tell the Selkie how much fun he was having, but when he opened his mouth, a school of tiny fish swam down his throat. Before he knew it, Jack had swallowed all of the fish whole. But he didn't mind. He laughed a seal laugh full of bubbles. Onward, Kathleen, clicked Teddy. Lead us to the jellyfish cave.